Okay, I will explain you now the tool I made for making toggles with VRCFury. We will directly go in. So, you go to Tools, Niruma, NTB, Toggle Builder, and it will normally look like that with of symbol. Yeah, how we do that. So there's a toggle container, for example. We have to put toggles inside of it. And since we don't have that, we have to make one. So we go here, create empty, then we type in, for example, VRC Fury toggles. Okay. Now we also need a container for the clothing. Here, clothing. Okay, I will. Yeah. Okay, so there are some specific ways how you can set it up. Either you do it chaotic, so every set is basically in the menus unsorted, or you just do it set-wise. I will show the chaotic one first. So the chaotic one is basically you just take all these pieces of clothing and put them into the clothing container. Now, since you have this set it up, you just drag and drop the clothing folder into the clothing folder and the VRCFury toggles, for example, in the toggle container. It will automatically scan for how many toggles you have already. Since there are none, you just click on OK. Body mesh is basically that you connect the tool to the body mesh so it can read all the blend shapes and can make toggles for it. We can, for example, auto detect it, and then it will just detect the body mesh, but it's not perfect. Every creator is differently, so it is not 100% sure that it's making these correctly. Yeah, then just go on detect. It detected 7 pieces of clothing, and then it will automatically sort them into specific clothing. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes not. As you can see, they directly make a menu path where it is going, and you can open every one of them singly up. They can be default on, default off. Then here are the blend shapes. If you have blend shapes, you can add them here. For example, if you have a top and you have to shrink your torso for this, you can add this here. And if you, for example, can't combine it with specific things, then that's totally fine. That is exclusive text. So if you put, for example, turn on socks, you can't put on fishnets, for example. And then they both get tagged as exclusive state, so just either one of them can be on. Either socks or fishnets, not both. Yeah. If something kind of get messed up, for example, if you put socks on default on and fishnets on default on, that doesn't work. You will directly get an error because it doesn't work. You can't have both on while they are both exclusive. So it will give you an error code. Yeah. What you can also change is how they're named. For example, custom name. If you don't want a Halo, you want it Lord F or something. I have no clue. Then the tool will actually change it. Yeah. If you are done with that, just hit on build toggles and it will make 7 toggles for you. And they appear here. Okay, let's say you just want to have specific ones on. Let's say you just want to have these 3 on. To search this out, especially when you have a lot of pieces of clothing, it's a little bit annoying. You can do it manually, but you can also go to the default folder and match scene visibility. That means everything what's off is default on disabled, and everything what's on is default on enabled. And you can directly see that. Yeah, this is how you set up the simple toggles. You can also make dissolve toggles, but the requirement for that is Payomi, because I just set it up for Payomi yet. Maybe I will do it sometime for Little Toon, but it will take a little bit time until I have everything ready. Yeah. There you can, for example, set it up like in a way that the tool will make the dissolve effect for you, or you can hit it off if you already have some and you don't want to override them. Yeah. If you want quick actions here, you can enable them on all, apply on all, that they all have the same fade time, the same dissolve effect. And then you can, for example, say cutout, which is basically like a peak, just that you can have a 0 alpha state, which is invisible, which is very important for dissolve effects. Because when you don't have invisible spot on dissolve, it looks like the clothing is kind of burning away, but there's something white left. It is ugly. Same with transclipping. That is mainly for lenses, for like glasses, for example. It's a little bit tricky. You can't do it with transparent, but you can do it with transclipping. Yeah, but since we just have pieces of clothing, we just cut out. Then you can choose which color you want to have. If you want a white, blue, yellow, magenta, I don't know. I personally like blue. Then you can change between edge glow, like I just want to have it slightly, or burn the shit out of the eyes of my friend. The width, you can set up however you want. I wouldn't recommend to do it very high. I would keep it like this place here. Edge hardness, like how much transition it have, and the noise effect. If you put on, if you type in noise here, then you have a lot of options, because Payomi is usually giving you a lot of options how to make how to have a noise effect. You can choose whatever you want. Just play around with it. Yeah. Then you also have settings, which you can just define. Okay, I want, I don't know, maybe I want clothing, lower body. I want to have this menu path, or I want the other exclusive tag, icon folder, whatever you like. About the icon folder, you can set on the icons, auto render menu icons for each mesh. That will generate you a 64 pixel PNG, which is basically the icon for your piece of clothing. It will make a render of the mesh of your clothing, so you have a little icon, so you can know, okay, that thing is my piece of clothing. Now we have set it up everything like that. We just build toggles and we overwrite the old toggles. And when we go on the toggles right now, here you can see everything is set it up, also with a special exclusive tag. Yeah, everything what you wanted is set up now. Good. This is how you do it with random ones. If you want to do something else, just clear all and everything get cleared. Now we go to the sets. This is a little bit easier, so I can kind of imagine that people prefer it. You just take these two, put it onto clothing, then go to sets, toggled on, drag and drop the sets inside of it. And don't worry if you have amateur. If you have amateur here, contacts or fishbones, don't worry, they get filtered out. So you just go on, when you here have the VRCFury toggles, there are no toggles, auto select. If you go and detect, oh, okay, it detected 7 pieces of clothing and 6 objects got filtered out because they are not pieces of clothing. Okay. And then they get sorted in specific sections. For example, Devil Fate MA have 4 toggles. And when we go here, oh, okay, it also have 4 toggles. Okay, we can do the same thing here again. Hit on build, and it will make you the toggles. This is pretty much it. If you accidentally hit the X button and you're like, oh, I actually wanted to do something, don't worry, just open it again. It will save its own settings. The only case where you actually lose all these settings is clear all. It stays even if you close Unity and open it again. But I recommend to reselect everything just to be sure. Yeah, that is pretty much the whole thing. I hope you have a lot of fun with that. It will save you a lot of time. And if you have any feedback, any ideas, you can always write to me. If you need help, I'm always available. You can hit me up on Discord and we can find a solution. Okay, well then, I hope you have a great time and have fun with the tool.